let's see how the Zohar is formulating actually this portion of the offering. So I'll start to read first. It's chapter 25, verse 1, where the portion is actually beginning. Okay. I'm reading from King James Bible. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they bring me an offering of every man that giveth it willingly with his heart. You shall take my offering. So it is a very complicated, let's say, grammatically and content-wise sentence. Where from the offering is coming? It seems that everyone that actually has a heart for giving is able to participate. But who actually gives us the heart that is willing to be generous? Okay. So what is the part in us that can, or what, the first question is, what actually we can offer? Okay. So it is to do with what was created. So if we were, not if, the fact that we were created seems that we can offer ourselves, but what in ourselves? What actually constitute our existence and our life? It's space and time. Space and time and matter. Okay. So it seems that when we're going into looking at what is required for actually making a tabernacle or making a temple, it seems that everything in us which is to do with gold and silver, we see. And this is the offering which you shall take off them, gold and silver. So it's the will to receive, everything that the will to receive have in terms of what was given to it. Yeah. What was given to it even into the degree of its existence, or to the way it handles itself. Yeah, or everything that was offered to it from the reality. Okay, and it is to do with as well the will to receive itself. Okay, and silver, it has to do with that which we consider, and the thought, the feeling, the perception that in us try to, or has the intention or the sense of longing and appreciation of the higher. One can say this is the natural attraction of the spirit to its source, or the natural attraction of the spirit to the creator. So it seems that naturally we have to start from the right, from silver. So silver is the right. Okay. But because the tabernacle actually is starting from the left, because it's to do with Malchut. And Malchut, its source is from the left. So we're starting as the Malchut. So the offering, one can ask how people in the desert has gold. It's the gold of Egypt. Okay. So with the gold of Egypt, as I said, we can build something as a tabernacle, or we can build a golden calf, which is to do with something that will serve us, or something that will serve the ingraspable wish of the higher to give part of himself, which is the divinity, to us. So it will dwell in us, and it will be under our responsibility all the time to allow her to be in communion with the higher, which is her natural state. So in a way, we need to remember how it feels to be captive in order to feel any empathy to the state of divinity, because divinity is captive in us or by us. Okay. So it's in a way our work is to find in us, not only in one person, yeah, in a community, to form ourselves as a place in time, meaning responsive to the invitation, okay, to the offering that has a sort of pulse, okay, pulse of happening. So it is to do as well with, one can say, with the holidays. So it's matter, space in terms of ecology that will allow the gold, silver, the brass, yeah, as we will continue to read. And this is the offering which you shall take of them: gold and silver and brass and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and ram skins dyed red and badger skin and shittim wood. So all this are what we is sort of titled as matter. Actually, if we read its intention, it has to do with three levels: the level of the matter, and the level of space, meaning feeling, ability to feel, ability to let the higher be central thing in ourselves, okay, and time. So the whole, one can say, everything that constitute the creation, which is to do with space, time, and matter. Okay, how light became matter, and how we can sort of give it back or offer it back to go through the transmutation of becoming space and becoming time, of becoming a place for the higher, with a sense of let's say listening carefully to the opportunities of the process of this partnership, because in partnership both partners, if we speak about two now, need to be very attentive to the need of let's say what is needed now in order to be able to continue to pursue the purpose. What is the purpose of creation? The purpose of creation, as Hari is telling us, is that the action, the names, yeah, and all that is affiliating to the creator will be able to reveal itself. So in a way, what is offered in a tabernacle is how to use the actual creation, what was given to us in the process of creation, in order to actually reveal the creator intention, or more than that, the creator's presence. Okay, stop. Now, is there any questions? Okay. So then, therefore, we can understand. Yes, there is. Okay. I'd like to sort of give you a sense of how it works for the Zohar. So we are. I have to connect different time zones. Zohar actually, or the group of the Zohar, has been establishing itself or forming after the ruin or the destruction of the Second Temple. Everything that this group of spirit did is actually to show in their, not only in the speech concerning Torah, the whole speech, the whole ability to actually utter the intention of Torah is coming from the sense of something new will start to happen with the last generation. What will happen with the last generation is actually the understanding why the two temples were destroyed, and how to actually build and make a new temple. So whatever we were studying with Kabbalah through Zohar and Ari is actually how to make ourselves worthy of that offering, not of ourselves. First, to recognize that there is an offering from the Creator of His divinity, of His Shekhinah, to be with us. So we will have the power to rise up and to have the perception that Shekhinah is actually composed of, which is His dwelling place. Okay, it's the consciousness of all spirits. So destruction of the temple is a synonym to the exile of divinity, because she has no home, no place to anchor, actually, or to draw into herself the spirit that can actually form a dwelling place for the Creator. So when we destroy the anchor, and it's not only that the building is being destroyed, but the building of the spirit, meaning Israel is going into exile. So most of the movement of the group of the Zohar would be wandering from place to place in order to collect from exile all the sparks and pieces of, or limbs of Shekhinah. Okay. But in this portion of Torah, we meet something else. They are walking, and what will walk after them will be this power of the, coming to the end of reformation, the end of tikkun. But as they start, two things need to be, or to call our attention. Okay, first, what could be witnessed. So if we start, Rabbi Chia opened, for you has chosen, is actually speaking about the Ber Bnei Israel, meaning speak to the children of Israel, that they will take me offering what we actually read. So the whole first portion of where from it's being taken, and what is this heart that is willing. So Rabbi Chia actually starts with Israel to see what type of heart we're actually speaking about. What is the real heart, okay, in a human being? So Rabbi Chia opened to this part that you will speak through Moses. It's happening through Moses. It's actually speaking to that portion of us, if we have it, which has been awakened and spontaneously or naturally is being drawn to give itself to be a dwelling place. Meaning it's not only the point in the heart, it's the point in of Moses. It's like what we nominate as a leadership upon our point in the heart. Is it clear? The leadership that we are allowing to be nominated, which is called Moses. So it can actually go without, it's a heart that is, its tendency is a permanent offering, a permanent dialogue with higher. Okay, so this is how it opens. Rabbi Chia opened, for you chosen Jacob for himself, Israel as his own treasure. How beloved are all those spirits that has this. Now we know the difference between the way that something is, which is actuality and reality. So Israel is the connection between actuality and reality, which is called Israel. Yeah, everything that is the light. Yeah, is the way of actuality, but the way as well it can express itself in reality. So this is Israel. It's the connection. It's that which allows. So this is what he's saying, that this was actually chosen. Yeah. How beloved are Israel to the Blessed Holy One, who desire them and wants to cleave to them and to be joined with them. He made them a unique nation. It's a unique group of an ability to respond in the world, as it is written, who is like you people is real, that can connect the two, a nation unique on earth, which is to do unique in the letters of its heart. Earth is letters of heart, and they desire him. There is so the partnership is that in the nature of those spirits there is the same desire for the creator as the creator has a desire for them. Yeah, and they desire him and linked themselves with him, as it is written, for Jacob has chosen Havaya for himself to be its identity. And it is written, for Havaya, share is his people. So the part of his share, that which belongs to him, meaning the place where it feels that it is his or part of him, is this nature of spirits that can actually be able to connect or to unify and to allow that which is to be in the lowest of reality. Okay. So this, and now we should listen to the response of Rabbi Shimon. So we can say that when Rabbi Chia is asking or is opening, he is always opening from the nature of his initiation. He's opening not only for himself, he's opening for all spirits. He's sort of awakening Rabbi Shimon to allow more spirit to come in. Since he's the only one that that his initiation into the group of Zohar was actually written and documented in a way, so it becomes a template of initiation. So every time Rabbi Chia will open in the presence of Rabbi Shimon, it will always be a plea or an opening for all spirit to be included in the inner intention, in the inner sense of that which Rabbi Shimon is holding. Okay. Therefore, we meet after the opening of Rabbi Chia. We meet Rabbi Shimon opened. How he opened. He's speaking about Malchut, or about the divinity in its relationship with Bina, meaning it's the source of all spirit, which is Malchut, with the spirit that took themselves or submit themselves into the power of Bina. What happened to them? We listen. Rabbi Shimon opened. Who is this looking forth like the dawn, fair as the moon, bright as the sun, awesome as the barren hosts, who is the combination? Who is this? A mystery of the combination of two worlds joined as one. And this world, and yes, and this is world and world. Me, which is me is in Hebrew. Who? As we have established, is the supernal rank above, which is Binah. Yeah. A beginning, susceptible to questioning, susceptible for the human or for the spirit to ask for. And it's called me, or who. Who, as it said, lift your eyes on high and see me. See this who created this. Because the power of creation, the power to take from potentiality to actuality, is the power of Bina, is the power of who. Yeah. So taking it into actuality is for us an opening. All the process of creation as it reflects itself in the tabernacle, is open to question who actually planned it, and what is the meaning of the plan, and what this plan calls in us. It's a very simple plan, one can say. It has the beauty of not being covered with accessories. In the tabernacle, there is even what we would call ornaments are functional. There's nothing just to be to function as outside or as for aesthetic name. Yeah, all of it is functional. Every detail of it. Okay, so there is no access. It's very accurate in the sense that it leads the spirit into back into being able to listen to that. It means this is what we're going to make. We are going to make ecology, processes, offering from everything that we will get in order to come to a state in ourselves that we will be able to listen to that which the Creator spoke or uttered as His will. Okay. It means that everything that the group of the Zohar is trying to achieve, and they do achieve it, is to bring back revelation or prophecy into the world. It means to bring back the presence of Shekhinah, which is called the Holy Ghost, is the, one can say, the expression of Shekhinah in speech, but through humans. And it's like saying that divinity is speaking through his throat or his mouth, through the human that actually can host through its spirit, or his or her spirit, this Holy Ghost. Okay. So they are calling actually all revelation that happens when all the Idras, Idra Rabba, Idra Zuta, Idra de Be Mishkana, Sifra de Tzniuta, the appearance of Saba Mishpatim, the grandfather of judgment, or grandfather Himnona, all of them are revelation, a true revelation that actually ceased to be in the world. And they call it unto themselves in order to actually allow last generation to recall it. So one can say that the core or the heart of our work is to call back to the presence of the divinity in everyone's life. Yeah. So it's not only sort of it's a different world when there is the presence of divinity. One can see that in the destruction of the first temple, when divinity actually went into exile, and when she came back in a second temple, it wasn't with the same I can say illumination or power of illumination, power of light. It was dimmed. But after the first temple, we can see that the feeling of the absence of divinity in the world actually woke up many forms, many new forms of religion, or actually looking for something to anchor ourselves in ethics, in morality, in being able to actually extend our consciousness. And this is why, for example, most of the Eastern religion, like 600 before the year of zero, and we can see that they are actually rising up, okay? And they could not actually grasp nor the notion of spirit, nor the notion of God. It's a godless world because divinity has been is in exile. So the main issue, and this is why Teruma is the whole book in the Zohar, which goes through the creation, the intention of it, and how through the tabernacle or this dwelling place in ourselves we can reinstitute the presence of Shekhinah in our world. So actually we will be worthy, at least the pioneer part in us, in spirit. We could say that we chose to be a place that the higher can reveal itself, and we can do it only because something of the Creator chose us. So it calls for a complete different attitude towards the point in the heart, okay, and the purpose of it. So maybe it is more clear now why it is not. It's not coming from, or it cannot work through the will to receive to oneself. It needs to come from a different nature that is being deposited in us in order to be the head, or to be the leadership upon our nature, so we can actually call ourselves Israel. Okay. So this is so the response of Rabbi Shimon to Rabbi Chia, yeah, asking about this choice is to answer him that the choice is this partnership of that part of the Creator that can take things from potentiality to actuality. And this part was given to us to be able to take from potentiality of promise and intention into actuality. This is, in a way, the conversation that is going through what stages we go. So this who is beginning like like the moon, yeah. Lifting your eyes and see a lower rank below this, yeah. Zot, mi zot, zot. Who is this? So this is the lower rank, it's the Malchut. It's the lower world. Both of them, when they are going together, the two worlds in a single bond, a single nexus, as one. And that, yeah, which is looking forth, like the dawn, it starts from dark, both joined as one, like dawn, like blackness seeking to shine, later illuminated as the moon when the radiance of the sun strikes her, and later she becomes the sun herself, like the sun, especially when the moon waxes. She's awesome, mighty to protect all, for then she possesses perfection to perform valiantly. Yeah. She's using the left side as for to be able to, which is called valiant, okay? To be able to increase grace in the world. She's drawing power, yeah, from the supernal world through Jacob, who united the two sisters, Rachel and Leah, yeah, and joined them below and above. So actually, how to look into what is going on in this portion is actually how we we respond to the choice of the Creator, to His choice that is expressed in us, and how we express the choice in Him. Okay, so this is sort of entering in. Okay, and then there's several times that Zohar is looking into the centers. Have them take me an offering. Okay, so the different level. It's the level of time or holiness or holidays, you know, of how we sort of the sacrament that actually define as well space and holy time, and makes of something of matter or of will, how we consecrate this as well. Okay. So we're looking at the second time. Okay. The second time is starts with the explanation when God created the world. Yeah. It's difficult to find because in this Zohar there's no marking of verses. Okay, so I'm trying to sort of find it for you. So let's see. So another explanation, to have them take me an offering. Rabbi Yehuda opened, and he is asking, how, ma, abundant your goodness that you have hidden for those in awe of you, that you have wrote for those who shelter in you before the eyes of humankind. This verse has been established and discussed, but this mystery has been established by the Holy Lamp among the supernal mysteries. High rank, mystery of upper world, which is called me. Who? Low rank, mystery of the lower world and their connection. So this is when you have them take me, take myself. They should take that which, the part in me that I have given them as an offering. Okay, this is one. Now, as I explained before, mostly we see the group of the Zohar walking from place to place. But in order to actually set the opening of the meaning of the dwelling place, we meet the group of the Zohar and Rabbi Shimon trying to find a settling place. Okay. So actually, if you have, I don't know, all kind of Zohar, it starts it's starts in a verse 19. If you have a marked Zohar, it's 19, and it speaks about have them take me an offering. But I want you to listen to the template of how they are gathering themselves. Rabbi Shimon, it's verse 19 in Zohar Teruma. Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Abba, and Rabbi Yosei were sitting one day beneath some trees. They are sitting in the shade on the plain by the sea of Genosar. Plain of, it means that they are sitting in front of the Sea of Genosar, or the Sea of Galilee, or what is called Kinneret, is the branch of Bina in alongside the connection between the Sea of Galilee and the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is Malchut, that without the connection has no life. Okay, so the connection of that which is going down, which is the Jordan, which is going down, they're sitting up, they're coming up into the Sea of Galilee, which is they're coming up to Bina. And Bina is called a settling point of the worlds, because before the partnership of judgment and mercy, the world was not able to actually to exist, to come into being. So they're sitting or settling themselves on what is called a place of settlement. So it's a place of settlement not only in terms of geography, it's a term of settlement in terms of where actually our spirit or the point can settle itself in a way that it can build something. And the settlement of the point in the heart is what is called in the Parsa, it's on the border between the world, Bria, Yetzira, Asiya, and Atzilut. This is the point of settlement for all spirits. So they have to bring themselves up. So the setting of how we meet the group of the Zohar is they're sitting in front of that which will offer all spirit settlement in the higher. And they're saying, and they're sitting under the tree, meaning under a canopy. And the canopy is the parsa, that which actually is the new border of allowance. Yeah. This is what is being created in Tzimtzum Bet, in the partnership between the higher and the human, or what is called the lower. So they're settling themselves there to call for the presence of divinity. Rabbi Shimon said, how nice is the shade of these trees covering us. They protect us. Meaning, I take upon myself the limitation of not all the light can reveal itself at once. Because we need this protection. And in this protection, we can see the intention of the Creator. How nice is the shade of these trees covering us. We must adorn this place with words of Torah. So if the menorah or the holy lamp is the beginning, is what is the beginning, or what is of more importance is the one can say the consciousness of the purpose of ourself as Israel, as spirit, and then it allows us to actually reveal the Torah, or the intention of Torah, or the light of Torah. How nice is the shade of these trees covering us. We must adorn this place, the space, yeah, with words of Torah. We created this by the offering, or by building an altar of partnership with Binah. And what is the speech that can be revealed there is the inner intention of Torah. And how he starts to speak about Rabbi Shimon opened, saying that King Solomon, the builder of the first temple, made himself a pavilion from the trees of the Lebanon, meaning is going from the trees, which is an expression. Any tree is an expression of an actual connection between low and high. It's an adapter of growing from the power of the sun, and sort of suckling from the power of the below. Okay? But the roots of it is up. So actually building a temple, or Solomon building a temple, is building it from the third line, or the third column. That all the environment, all the ecology is being built from the third line, meaning from cooperating, or from allowing the left and the right, the gold and the silver, to cooperate. And that's this is how Solomon, which is Shlomo, the one who is able to bring peace between left and right, is actually measuring the sacred space of the temple. This is how he built it. So we have many more levels, but we sort of out of time, and I think I've been sort of loading you with enough. So if there's some question, it's time. All of it is